All right. Good evening, everyone.
OK，大家晚安。
Thank you so much for being here. We just wanted to open up a night if there are any questions or concerns.
OK，就歡迎大家參加今次嘅 Town Hall Meeting。咁我哋只係咧希望有個機會咧同大家傾下，或者大家有任何嘅問題啊咁樣。
We welcome Wendy back, who is translating. She is retired, but still helping us, and we're so glad she's safe and she looks great, right? She retired and now she looks younger than ever. So thank you, Wendy, for being here.
OK，多謝啊。
And I see Ms. Sampran here. Ms. Thomas might join us, but yeah, we just want to welcome you and thank you, for being here.
OK，我哋見到我哋兩個副校長都喺度 ，Miss Saffron、Miss Thomas 都喺度呢個會議。
Okay, I'm going to start with this because I always start with our mood meter check-in just to see how our families are doing. So I'm going to put this up, and here's the mood meter. Oh, it's this way. Okay.
OK，大家睇到校長咧，俾大家睇到呢個情緒嘅指南針。
And I know it's been a hard New Year coming back right now, but just want to get a gauge of how our families are doing right now. So you can ask your child right now if they're sitting with you or how you're doing. Would you say you're in the yellow, red, blue, or green? And you can name the feeling also.
OK，大家校長都知道咧，今年新開始一年咧，其實都係幾困難嘅。咁樣想睇下大家個最近個情緒係點樣啊，或者你嗰個情緒啊，或者細路仔嘅情緒係點樣？咁究竟係黃色啊，定係藍色啊咁樣？
All right, so ready? 1, 2, 3, and everyone type how you're doing. Ready? So everyone type on the chat and see how you're doing.
OK， 1、2、3可以打出咧你嗰個情緒嗰個喺邊個範疇之內。
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Very good. All right, we have some green and yellow. Wow, we have some happy people here. I'm very glad to see that. Wow, very nice.
我哋睇到有好多綠色啊，有黃色啊，亦都有好多開心嘅家長喺度。
Yeah, number one, I just want to say thank you to this whole entire community. Without you, we wouldn't be functioning as well as we are right now.
OK， 校長咧，首先第一樣咧係要多謝咧，係整個咧學校個整個學個社區，咁咧一冇大家嗰個支持咧，其實我哋唔會咧好做到今日咁嘅情況。
Yeah, we truly have the best families, the best students, the best staff that anyone can ever ask for. So whenever I think of our school, I'm like, I'm back in the green or yellow.
OK， 我哋真係有咧係有最好嘅家長、最好嘅學生同埋最好嘅咧係教職人員。咁當咧校長一諗到有咁情況嘅時候咧，佢個顏色咧就變咗綠色啦。
Yeah, I see some of our other staff here, Mr. Ewan, Ms. Levanoni, Ms. Lindy Wan from the office, who are, going home from work and they're still volunteering their time just to be here to support. So thank you for being here.
我哋都睇到咧有其他嘅教職人員喺度啊 ，Mr. Yun 啊，Lindy 啊，同埋係Sharon 都喺度咁樣。
And parents, without you, we couldn't function either. So really, these past 2 weeks, has it only been 2 weeks since we're back? Your communication, your cooperation, and working with us, we really appreciate all of your help and understanding.
OK， 其實冇大家嘅家長嗰個參與咧，其實咧我哋係真係唔會咧係做到咁好咁嘅情況。咁喺過往嗰2個禮拜咧，其實咧家長咧同我哋咧有不斷嗰個咧係溝通接觸。
And during this evening, if you have any questions that come along the way, you can put them in the chat, and we have Ms. Sampran who can help monitor some of that also. So if you have questions or comments or concerns, you can put those in the chat.
OK， 咁校長話，如果你有任何嘅問題啊、任何嘅評論啊、任何嘅意見咧，你可以咧喺嗰個咧 chat room 嗰度打出嚟，我哋嘅副校長 Miss Saffron 咧都會可以咧係幫忙咧，其實係回應呢啲問題。
Okay, so just the latest with our school, again, we hit a tsunami of COVID cases, as you know, in all of the country, but even our school where we only had very few cases, in the last 2 weeks, we've had dozens and dozens of cases.
OK， 咁大家都知道咧，係近期嗰個疫情咧，其實咧係好嚴重咁樣。咁咧就雖然我哋之前咧其實有少量嘅個案，咁但係最近咧都有咧，其實有幾單呢咁嘅個案出現。
Yeah, right before the break, we had a few cases, right? But then over the break, we got a lot of emails where people started catching COVID, either family members or even some of our own students.
OK，咁喺放假之前咧，其實只係有幾個個案，咁但係當放假期間咧，學校咧就收到啲嘅通訊咧，就話咧有啲家庭咧啲家長啊入邊有接受到感染啊，或者係即係家庭成員有受到感染，或者學生有受到感染。
And so when we first came back last week, we already had lots of reports of students not being able to come in, either because their family members were sick or some of our students actually caught COVID.
OK， 咁咧係上個禮拜放完假翻嚟嘅時候咧，已經收到好多消息咧，好多學生咧係唔可以翻學，因為一係咧就佢哋自己受到感染，或者屋企有咧家庭成員咧係受到感染。
And so in the last 2 weeks, to be open and transparent, in terms of the number of cases that I actually personally entered, because every case becomes a case number, and we only know about it if the parents report it, right? So between staff and students, I've entered over 70 cases.
咁咧喺過往2個禮拜咧，我哋係就係好開放嘅，咁其實俾大家知道一個感染嘅個案嘅情況係點樣。咁咧校長本身係親自去登記嚟講咧，就當然咧只係透過家長有同學校通告啦，話有受到感染啦。咁咧係校長自己登記嘅話咧，其實有職員加埋學生咧，即係職員加埋學生咧，大概有70個個案嘅感染。
And during the break, those cases, I forwarded them all to the situation room, but some of them didn't become case numbers, but there were about 20 during the break alone.
OK， 咁你知所有喺呢個放假期間，校長咧其實將呢個個案咧係實轉介一個叫 situation room 去處理，咁咧似乎咧係有20個個案咧係喺呢個放假期間咧係感染到嘅。
And in this past week, we've still had 10 to a dozen cases a day being reported to us. So I just want to let you know where we're at right now.
喺呢個禮拜咧，其實咧我哋大概咧有每日都有10個至1打嘅咧係個案咧係報道出嚟嘅。
And as some of you know, if you've received the testing kits, if you haven't, that's actually a good thing, right? But if you've gotten 2 testing kits to where your child brought it home, that meant that there was a positive case in the classroom.
係咪？如果你個細路仔又將咧係帶咗2個咧，其實測試嗰啲嘅工具翻屋企嘅話咧，即係表示咧你個細路仔喺個班房度咧係有其他嘅學生咧，其實係可能係受到感染。
And so we're asking those families, if you get the kit, don't say, oh, I just want to save it and not use it. The whole purpose of the kit is to use it for testing. So if you get 2 kits, that first night you should be testing your child to make sure they're negative.
OK， 咁所以校長係提醒啲家長咧，就於當你個細路仔帶我啲咁嘅測試嘅工具翻屋企嘅時候咧，唔好諗住儲埋佢儲起佢，咁唔係嘅，應該咧就你當晚收到咧，當晚咧即刻就應該咧係幫個細路仔咧做嗰個咧係測試。
And then you're given 2 kits, right? So the second kit, if they become symptomatic at all, right, don't wait to use it. You don't have to wait 5 days, but the second kit was meant to be used 5 days to make sure that they're still, negative. But if they have any symptoms, feel free to use it. If you need more, you contact the school and we'll do what we can while supplies last. But we want the kits to be used. Don't say, oh, I just want to save it and not use it. All right. I know sometimes we have that mentality, but go ahead. That's what they're for. They're to be used so that we can keep everyone safe.
咁咧，就因為咧，其實每個細路仔可能咧會收到2個個測試嗰個工具嘅。咁咧，如果咧其實你收到話就即刻要用，唔好諗住咧係儲起佢。咁咧，其實咧就當然咧，如果你個細路仔咧其實有呢個徵象嘅話咧，係更加咧要即時要用佢。咁如果你需要更加多啲嘅時候咧，可以聯絡學校啦，睇下可唔可以再攞多啲嘅測試嗰個工具咁樣。
And right now, we have about almost 70-something% of our students vaccinated. It's hard to distinguish whether they're fully vaccinated yet, but from what parents have uploaded to the student accounts, we have over 70% of students vaccinated.
OK， 咁而家以我嘅記錄睇到咧，就全校咧，我哋有大概有70%，70%嘅學生咧，其實咧接受到呢個疫苗打咗疫苗，但係我哋當然唔可以知道究竟係咪完全即係打晒2針啦咁樣，但係至低限度咧有70%嘅學生咧，其實有打到疫苗。
And if a child is fully vaccinated and not symptomatic, then they don't have to quarantine anymore. if they are fully vaccinated.
咁就話，如果個細路仔係完全打晒啲針嘅話咧，係打咗疫苗嘅話咧，如果佢哋又冇呢個咧係徵象表示出嚟嘅話咧，佢哋係唔需要咧係完全隔離嘅。
Yeah, the problem that we're having now is with students, and some of them are too young to get vaccinated, is when a child is not vaccinated, where the quarantining is happening.
OK， 咁因為有啲細路仔咧，其實佢太細個係未可以接受疫苗嘅話，因為咁嘅情況咧，所以咧就咁嘅情況之下咧，細路仔就需要咧係隔離。
Oh, and someone just asked, where do you upload vaccinations to the New York City schools account?
OK， 咁有個家長問咧，點樣去就將自己有打疫苗嗰個記錄係傳遞俾教育局啊？咁校長話咧喺嗰個 New York City 嗰個account 嗰度咧，個帳戶嗰度咧可以咧 upload 到，你可以上傳到你嗰個打疫苗嗰個記錄。
Yeah, the hardest scenario is when we have students that are not vaccinated and then a family member is positive.
咁比較困難嗰個情況咧，就係話，如果個學生本身係未打疫苗，但係如果屋企有成員咧係實受到感染。
Yeah, so if a child is not vaccinated and then they're exposed to someone at home who's positive, then they're supposed to quarantine for 10 days.
OK， 咁呢個情況底下，即係話，如果學生本身未打疫苗，但係喺屋企因為有其中個家庭成員咧係受到感染，即係 expose 咗啦嚇，咁變咗咧個學生咧，其實你係應該要咧受到咧10日一個隔離嘅。
Now the hardest scenario, the worst case scenario is, let's say a parent tested positive on January 3rd, let's say.
OK， 有個另一個更加困難嘅情景咧，就係話，如果有個家長其實係受到感染，譬如佢喺1月3號係證實咗佢測驗證實咗佢咧係感染到。
Now that parent, right, is infectious for 10 days. So the child could actually even catch it on the 10th day of that parent's quarantine.
OK， 咁理論上嗱，我家長應該咧就係隔離10日嘅，咁但係個學生亦都可能咧喺第10日嗰時候先至受到感染都唔定嘅。
And so that student, their quarantine now starts after the 10th day that the parent had COVID. So this is where we have a few cases that we know of where a student has to stay home close to 20 days if they don't test back in earlier.
OK， 咁咧就係話，如果咁個情況，即係當佢喺第10日先受到感染嘅話，即係個細路仔咧又要咧係隔離10日，咁即係話我哋有啲情況係見到細路仔其實可能要隔離20日嘅，因為如果佢最後個測驗都係未證實到佢係冇感染嘅話，即係其實佢隔離咗咧20日。
And so our pre-K parents, we love our pre-K children so much. They are one of the few exceptions now where there is a classroom closure. So because they're all not vaccinated, so if a child becomes positive, right now, then we have to quarantine the whole class.
咁咧即係我哋嘅 PK 係我哋嘅學前班嘅話咧，因為比較特別嘅情況，譬如如果有其中一個學生係受到感染嘅話咧，我哋咧就係需要咧全個班咧都係受隔離嘅。
Now they have a new rule where students, if they test on the 5th day of the of the quarantine, they can come back earlier on the 8th day.
OK， 咁有個新嘅例子就話，如果嗰個學生喺將佢哋隔離期間，如果第5日係呢個其實係做測試，然之後佢可以咧喺第8日嗰度咧係翻嚟學校。
Yeah, so our pre-K we feel for the most because if there is another positive case, then there's another closure. So that's been happening throughout the city. So we just wanted to let everyone know we're thinking of our pre-K. Hope they stay healthy, but this is what's going on in the pre-K situation.
咁咧校長咧都覺得咧，其實咧學前班係個情況咧係比較困難嘅，因為所以我哋都關注個情況，即係話如果其中有一個細路仔係實受到感染嘅話咧，即係話咧係個全個班咧係又要咧係接受隔離咁樣。
Okay, I see Steve has a great question. He's asking if a child is positive and fully vaccinated and he tested negative after 5 days, do they still have to quarantine for the full 10 days?
咁有個家長咧就問到一個好好嘅問題，就話咧個細路仔咧其實受到感染，但係佢本身係有打疫苗嘅。如果佢喺第5日嗰時候咧係再接受個測試，如果係負面嘅，即係唔係冇即係 negative 嘅話，咁應該係點樣做咧咁樣？
Yeah, and as of right now, like at 6/18, January 13th. Right now, it is still 10 days.
OK，咁即係話咧但係校長話咧，以目前最新嗰個資料嚟講咧，其實咧佢都仍然係需要咧係隔離咧係10日嘅個字。
For children, for staff, they can come back. Adults, if they're fully vaccinated, essential workers, they can come back on day 6.
OK， 細路仔其實係仍然要接受隔離咧係10日，咁但係職員咧就因為佢哋係身係重要嘅工作人員，所以咧佢哋咧可以喺第5日咧就翻學校。
But we know that the CDC has, changed their guidelines and protocols that, even children might be able to come back on day 6. That hasn't happened in the DOE yet, but we know like other school districts in New York have already put that into place. So hopefully any day now that will change to after 5 days, but right now it's still 10 days.
OK， 咁校長話咧，知道 CDC 咧有個指引咧話咧，其實咧啲學生可以喺第6日咧就翻學校，因為有啲第二個學區其他嘅學區咧有咁樣做法。咁但係喺紐約市嘅 DOE 教育局咧仍然咧係未有咁嘅指引，所以咧其實咧我哋未會係咁樣做。
Okay, and I see Ken has a great question. How often are children being tested in school? Right now, children are being randomly selected once a week at school.
咁咧有個家長問咧，其實而家咧喺啲學生咧係有幾頻密咧係喺學校咧會接受到呢個咧係測驗啊咁樣。咁校長話咧，其實咧學生咧係隨機地咧會係咧1個禮拜咧會有一次咧，其實係隨機咧係抽佢咧係就接受嗰個測驗。
And before the holiday break, it was 10% threshold, and after the break, it's now a 20% threshold.
OK， 咁喺放假之前咧就係測大個全校咧就10%個學生，咁放完假之翻嚟咧，而家嗰個百分比就測全學嘅20%個百分比。
And this gets complicated. And the way they figure out the 20%, unfortunately, is 20% of unvaccinated kids in your building who are, able to be tested.
咁但係佢點樣計嗰20%咧？就係佢以你哋學校咧，其實冇接受疫苗嘅學生嘅20%咧，係決定嗰個數目㗎。
And in our school, we're over 70% who have given who are fully vaccinated. Like I said, so right now, every week, about 21 to 23 students are being tested.
但係因為我哋學校咧有70%嘅學生咧已經打咗疫苗，所以如果咁計法嘅話咧，就每一個禮拜平均有21到23個學生度咧係會隨機被抽到出嚟咧係做嗰個測驗。
Okay, so that's where we're at with the testing right now. Oh, someone's asking how many students consented to be testing. Another great question. We have close to 80% now who have consented to testing, and that's probably gone higher because in order for students to get the test kits, the families, you have to consent to in-school testing also.
咁有個家長問咧，其實全學校咧有幾多學生咧？幾多學生咧係同意咧係接受嗰個教育局嗰個隨機測驗啊咁樣。咁校長話咧有大概80%個百分比，咁可能而家嗰個數目仲會高啲添。咁因為咧其實如果個家長想收到我一個咧係測驗嘅工具咧，其實嗰個學生係先要咧同意咧接受嗰個隨機咧接受嗰個隨機測驗嘅。
And Jaden Chan's family is asking, so does that mean whether they are vaccinated or not, they still need to quarantine for 10 days if they test positive? That is correct right now, yes.
OK， 咁有個家長問係咪唔理佢有冇打到疫苗都好，打到疫苗都好咧，如果佢係感染咗咧，都係應該要接受隔離10日。咁校長話係正確嘅。
And Susan's asking about kindergarten. Kindergarten is tricky because they're not being tested in the school. It's still 1st grade to 5th grade, but they are getting testing kits. So technically the parents should be giving consent, but when we had kindergarten cases right now, we just gave it to everyone, but technically kindergarten should also give consent.
OK，咁咧就嗱，有個家長問到咧係kindergarten 幼稚園嗰啲學生情況。咁幼稚園學生嘅情況咧，就係因為而家咧，其實喺學校咧係冇譬如接受到個隨機嗰個測驗嗰個情況嘅。咁但係無論點都好咧，但係如果有啲咁一有到受感染情況咧，所有學生咧學校都會派嗰個測驗個工具俾佢咁樣俾啲家長。咁所以咧理論上咧，其實校長都希望咧係所有個幼稚園嘅學生咧都同意咧係接受嗰個咧其實測驗。
And just want to thank Jenny Yin, a parent. She uploaded, she put the link to where you can upload the vaccine.
OK， 有個家長咧，其實將嗰個咧，其實你想喺邊度咧上傳你嗰個打疫苗嘅記錄嘅話，有個家長咧就將嗰個網站咧，其實 post 咗出喺個 chat room 度，大家可以睇得到。
And also thank you to Jenny. She's been a great and a resourceful informing parent. She's the one who helped us make that flow chart of the protocols of what to do if your child tests positive. So thanking Jenny for doing that for our school.
校長好多謝呢個家長 Jenny 咧 ，Jenny 咧其實咧亦都將咧大家應該點接受到有疫苗有呢個感染嘅情況之後，應該點樣做咧？阿 Jenny 咧係幫佢咧做將大家咧做咗一個 table 啊，做咗一個表格俾大家睇到咧，其實應該係呢啲步驟係點樣做法。
Okay, thank you. One of the other big questions that we've been getting emails about is attendance.
有啲家長咧，佢就比較擔心呢個情況，就係嗰個出勤嗰個情況。
So basically, if a student doesn't report to school, if they're not physically in the building for that day, they are marked absent.
OK， 嗱，而家咧就係當個細路仔冇自己親自去到學校上課嘅話咧，咁佢哋咧就係會 mark 數咧，其實佢哋係缺席㗎。
So they're marked absent for the day, but if they are quarantining and they are submitting work and reporting into the teacher, that attendance gets changed the next day or in the next week or so to being present but quarantining.
OK， 咁但係咧，即係當日咧，我一日就 mark 佢哋係缺席啦。咁但係如果個細路仔因為係隔離嘅關係，因為咧，但係同時間佢哋又有做功課啊，又要傳功課俾老師嘅話咧，咁第二日咧，學校咧會將佢哋嗰個記錄咧係改成咧，其實佢哋有係 present 有出席咁樣。
Now we're being backed up with so many cases, and the office, helping out as much as possible. So they are getting backed up. So if the attendance is not correct, please let the school know. And, because sometimes there's human error, of course, but before the end of the school year, just make sure we are, capturing the right attendance.
OK， 咁所以但係因為即係近期個個案咁多嘅關係咧，所以學校即係個辦公室都好忙。咁但係如果你發覺你個細路仔個出勤記錄咧，其實係有錯漏啊，當然有牽涉到人為個錯誤嘅話咧，你盡量咧係同學校聯絡咧，學校咧係會更正。
Okay, Jaden Chan's family, again, great question. They're saying if they are quarantining, how could they submit work if they have no remote learning?
OK， 咁有個家長問到好好問題就係，如果佢哋係受到隔離，咁但係佢哋點可以咧？其實上傳功課咧，因為佢哋因為而家又冇呢個網絡嘅學習啊咁樣。
So as of right now, as of today, like this hour right now, it's not that then the children are not given any work if they are quarantining, but they don't get the live remote instruction. But they are given or being given asynchronous learning. So they do have assignments put onto the Google Classroom, or if not, you contact the teacher so that they can send the child the work so that they can submit it.
OK， 咁其實咧以而家情況嚟講咧，唔係話啲學生咧係隔離嘅話咧就冇功課做嘅，其實只不過咧係冇個現場嗰個教學咁解啫。但係咧啲學生仍然係可以有功課做啊，同埋咧仍然可以咧交啲功課咧，譬如透過 Google Classroom 咁樣交到功課俾老師啊咁樣。
Yeah, so any questions about that, schoolwork, assignments, definitely make sure you communicate with the teacher so that your student can get changed to being marked present if they're quarantining at home.
OK， 咁所以咧，其實咧，如果有啲任何嘅功課上嘅問題啊，或者係啲作業嘅問題咧，係盡量咧就聯絡個老師，咁俾老師知道，然之後老師亦都可以將你個細路仔嘅出勤咧係改翻成咧係佢有出席咁樣。
Okay. Anaria has a great question. She say, who's being randomly chosen? Right before the break, it was only students who were not vaccinated were being chosen.
咁咧就有個家長問到咧，其實啲教育局點樣隨機抽樣嘅學生去做測驗啊咁樣？咁校長話咧喺放假之前咧，其實只係咧就係冇打到疫苗個細路仔咧，先至會被隨機抽樣去做測驗。
Since then, over the break, they decided that unvaccinated and vaccinated children are part of that a random selection, but only if they give consent. So now they, the 20 to 23 students who are being randomly selected, unvaccinated or vaccinated with consent.
咁放完假之後咧，就有教育局咧有啲改變，就將咧其實咧隨機抽樣嘅學生咧，其實包括咗有打疫苗同埋冇打疫苗學生都一齊咧放在咧其實隨機抽樣。咁所以最近我20至23個學生被隨機抽樣到測驗嘅話咧，當中有打疫苗，當中亦都冇打疫苗嘅學生㗎。
Okay, and thank you, Ms. Levanoni. Yeah, so make sure the attendance is checked, that you go through that thoroughly before, when you get your report card on the last day of school, so that we can change it in time, because in the fall, we're not able to make those changes in ATS.
Okay, 咁所以大家咧，其實咧，最留意個細路仔個出勤嗰個記錄咧，盡量喺學期前咧就聯絡學校咧，其實做出任何嘅更改咁樣。
Yeah, even though we know attendance is not being used for middle school admissions right now, right? They don't use it as a criteria. We still want the attendance to be accurate, right? So, we just want to do our best to make sure we have the attendance accurate for each and every child.
咁雖然咧，其實咧係近期咧就係學生嘅出勤記錄咧係冇作為咧，其實申請呢個咧初中嗰個咧係標準嘅其中一個條例啊咁標準咁樣。咁但係校長都希望咧就仍然希望我哋嘅出勤記錄係準確嘅。
And Haley's family has a good question. This one is again another tricky circumstance where if they are not quarantining, but they're sick at home, do they get marked absent? And the answer to that is right now, yes, because if they're just sick for a day, and even if they make up work or something like that, right? On typical pre-pandemic, they're just absent because they were sick.
咁有個家長問到，如果個細路仔係因為病嘅關係，唔係因為隔離，只因為病嘅關係喺屋企，咁佢咪係會列成為缺席啊咁樣？咁校長話係嘅，因為就算佢補翻啲功課啦，即係好似有疫情之前咧，其實因為你病啊嘛，病喺屋企，咁所以其實都係個列作咧係缺席㗎。
But I encourage you to work with the school and the office and me. If there are exceptions, sometimes certain cases. We might be able to, speak with the superintendent to see if exceptions can be made in terms of attendance policy. But for now, that is what we're going by.
OK， 咁但係如果校長鼓勵，如果大家有任何問題咧，其實咧係聯絡咧學校，聯絡呢個辦公室，因為有時咧亦都有啲嘅係咧係額外嘅例子，咁校長可能咧可以聯絡我哋嘅 superintendents 個校監啊咁樣，然之後咧係研究係咪可以咧係做出一啲嘅額外嘅例子，即係有關個出勤個問題。
And Jaden's family is asking, where do we see the attendance info? You can log into your child's New York City schools account and they can see the attendance every day, right? Ms. Levanoni, they can see it right away?
Yep, they can see it. And it's also on the report card. And I can also print a copy of your child's attendance and send it home with that, with your child. Just if either call me or email me and I will print it out for you. So
Thanks,
anyone who wants attendance, I'll print it and send it home with your child.
Thanks, Ms. Levanoni. So you can put your email in the chat. She'll put her email.
Yeah, let me put it in now.
Yeah, it says Eugene Cole, but that's Ms. Levanoni.
Oh, that's
right?
my husband?
Okay. Yes, no problem.
Sorry.
Okay.
有個家長問到咧，點樣先睇到自己個細路仔個出勤記錄啊？咁校長話咧，如果你 log in 咧，就上網嗰個 New York City 嗰個 account 嗰度咧 ，student account 度話咧，其實睇到你個細路仔個出勤記錄。咁我哋嘅學校個輔導員咧，Miss Levanoni 咧，佢都話咧，其實如果你想知道你嘅細路仔 嗰個出勤記錄咧，你可以聯絡佢，佢 print out 佢嘅打咗佢嗰個 email 嗰個 address 俾喺嗰個 chat room 嗰度，咁然之後咧佢可以咧 print 可以咧印你嗰個細路仔嗰個出勤記錄俾你。咁同埋有時咧，你都可以睇到你喺呢個成績單咧，睇到你個細路仔嗰個出勤記錄㗎。
And this year, again, unlike other years, we usually used to have the parent-teacher conference in line with the report card, but that has changed. So just we want to let everyone know the next report card will be coming out online, all right, probably the first week of February.
咁咧，通常咧以前咧，我哋嗰個老師同埋家長嘅會議，通常咧都同嗰個咧發成績單嗰個時間咧係吻合嘅。咁但係今年咧有啲唔一樣，咁所以咧就俾大家知道。咁但係未來咧應該喺第一個2月第一個禮拜咧就會喺嗰個成績單咧就會喺網絡上咧係發出嚟嘅啦。
Yeah, thank you for clarifying. Ms. Lindy just texted me. It's called I know it's a little confusing. New York City student account. Sometimes there's a school's account, student account. If that gets confusing, even I get that mixed up sometimes. So New York City student account for attendance.
OK， 咁校長重新講咧，就係我個你想睇到你個細路仔嗰個出勤記錄叫做 New York City account， 係我個 account 度先睇到你個細路仔嗰個出勤記錄。
Thank you so much. Any other questions coming in that we can help families with? This Monday, no school. All right, so that's a totally no work, no school day on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So we're grateful for that day. It's been hard to even, these last 2 weeks. And so we're doing all we can to stay healthy so that we can be here for your kids. But even some of our most careful staff, even we know some of them are catching COVID. So we're doing our very best, very grateful to our staff. We know some schools, just 30-40% of the staff are absent. So again, keep hoping for good health and thanking our staff for being there every day.
OK， 校長話咧，下個禮拜一咧就係馬丁路德嘅紀念日，所以下禮拜一係公眾假期，亦都冇呢個任何嗰個網絡上嘅公佈啊咁樣。咁咧，其實校長希望咧係因為而家個情況咧其實好特別，咁希望大家咧係盡量咧保存呢個咧係健康安全啊咁樣。因為校長知道咧，就算平時咧係最小心嘅啲教職人員咧都受到呢個感染啊咁樣。咁因為知道咧有啲學校咧係有30%、40%個老師咧，其實教書人員咧係缺席嘅。咁但係我哋咧係已經盡量做我哋可以做嘅。
Yeah, Miss Epperan and I, like sometimes we just freak out, like we get a scratchy throat or our nose is running. So, I don't even want to test myself because if I'm positive, I can't come to school. But no, rest assured, we're testing ourselves, making sure we're okay so we can be there for your kids.
校長講話咧就係有時即係校長同副校長有時會覺得有流鼻水啊，有時都諗下，係咪要 test 咧？因為 test 咗又唔嚟得，唔可以翻學校。咁但係當然啦，佢哋都會接受呢個有啲咁嘅情況，佢哋都會咧係自己做測驗啊咁樣。
And the Nakamura family, great question. Yeah, this year's report card is back to the 1, 2, 3, and level 4. So in the next report card, it'll be 1, 2, 3, or 4. We used to have pluses and minuses. The district recommended we don't do that either. So it'll be a 1, 2, 3, or 4. All right. So that'll be in February. So back to the numbers. Very good question.
OK， 個成績單而家咧，其實咧成績單咧而家個做法咧就回復翻前咁樣，都係要以1、2、3、4係作為評分嗰個標準。咁但係咧就學監建議咧就我哋唔再用正加啊減啊咁樣，但係咧就會用1、2、3、4啊。
Yeah, and kindergarten will also get a report card. Only pre-K doesn't get a report card.
OK， 幼稚園都會咧攞到成績單，PK 就唔會有啦。
And Ms. Lindy reminded me this morning, the test kits, when you're supposed to swab it and then squeeze it, you're supposed to wait 15 minutes and then check the result up to 30 minutes.
OK， 咁阿 Lindy 咧就提醒校長提醒大家咧，就係當你收到個 test kit 咧，記住咧就係你其實要squeeze 要搖我個入邊嗰個管啦，同埋又要 squeeze 要揸我個管咁樣，然之後應該喺15至到30分鐘之內咧就睇我個成績嘅，睇我個結果嘅。
Yeah, after 30 minutes, you're supposed to like get rid of it because you don't say, oh, the next day, oh no, now I see 2 lines and I'm positive. No, after 30 minutes, it's not, it could be the air or whatever, but yeah, don't look at it for over the 30-minute mark because then it's not a valid test anymore.
大家記住咧，就喺30分鐘之內就睇啊，因為你過咗30分鐘內先睇咧，嗰個結果就唔準確噶啦。
Okay. Any other questions or concerns? I just wanted to be here today just to see if there's any pressing questions or concerns, and just thanking our families most of all, because I know these 2 weeks have been really hard. We've had up to almost 200 kids absent on Friday. Now, the past 2 days, we've been less than 80 students absent.
咁咧，就係校長係好多謝咧，係嘅各個家庭啊、家長咁樣咧，其實因為呢2個禮拜咧情況咧，其實真係比較困難、比較特別。我哋曾經試過星期5咧有200個學生咧，其實係缺席㗎咁樣，咁但係最近就情況好啲啦。
And yeah, even doctors note if you're sick, you're absent, and that's an expectation. If you're sick, you're marked absent. Again, there's extreme circumstances, and you can always ask the office or us to clarify. But yeah, even with a doctor's note, if they're absent, then they're absent.
OK， 咁其實咧，校長澄清咧就話，如果就算你有醫生紙都好啦，但係因為你嘅細路仔係病啊冇返學啦，咁其實係呢個咧就係呢個缺席㗎。咁但係如果你有啲咩問題咧，就係可以同辦公室咧係澄清啊咁樣。
Okay, the Casey family, are there extra hygiene protocols taking place at the schools? As we know, almost all the cases, and I can't say every single case, but almost all the cases have been coming from the home and not a widespread in the schools. So we're continuing to do social distancing. We have mask galore at school. We have the hand sanitizers. And one parent asked me if a student wants a double mask, if they need a mask, let us know if they feel more comfortable double masking, because we do have a lot of surgical masks for the children in the kids sizes. So just let us know.
咁咧有個家長問到就係學校嗰個咧，其實清潔嗰個程序係點樣？咁其實咧校長話咧睇到咧，其實好大部分個案咧感染個案咧都係嚟自呢個屋企嘅，就其實咧唔係喺學校發生嘅。咁但當然啦，學校仍然會繼續做呢個咧係清潔嗰個程序啊，譬如會清潔啊，同埋有呢個手液啊咁樣啊，同埋如果有啲家長有啲細路仔係想戴2個口罩嘅話咧，其實可以咧係聯絡學校，因為學校咧係有呢個其實係俾細路仔嗰啲口罩嘅，咁如果有需要嘅話咧，可以問學校攞。
Yeah, our custodial engineer, Mr. Lionel Santiago, he's been awesome. They check the airflow every week in the school, and we have air filters in every room, and with the high ceilings, our air quality is very good at PS 130.
OK， 咁咧好多謝我哋學校嗰個咧係拉龍嗰個我哋嘅其中負責呢方面嘅個工作人員啦，佢咧其實咧每個禮拜都 check 我哋嗰個學校嘅環境啊，教室入邊嗰個空氣嗰個流動係點樣啊，同埋嗰個清濾潔嗰個空氣嗰個啲工具係點樣？咁我其實因為我哋學校嗰個樓面相當之高，所以對於個空氣流通其實有一個好嘅幫助嘅。
Okay. Can someone help Jaden's family where the vaccine where you uploaded into the student account, or Jenny had put in the link where it's vaccine.schools.nyc to upload it.
Right. 咁有家長亦都想繼續問係點樣可以上傳嗰個咧打疫苗嗰個記錄？咁其實咧校長問其實可以有一啲教職員可以幫佢，或者其實頭先 Jenny 已經將嗰個上傳疫苗記錄嗰個網址咧，其實打喺嗰個 chat room 嗰度。
Okay. And does the school still offer vaccines? No, that was a temporary offer. I know Essex Street Market does a great job of that, and it's so readily available. So they don't. Haven't heard of any more pop-up vaccine opportunities.
咁有個家長問咧，學校仲會唔會咧？其實有打疫苗嗰個安排咁樣，咁係校長話係當時係一個特別嘅處理咁，但係咧就而家係冇呢個咧係打疫苗嗰個安排咁樣啊。
Yeah, Mr. Winfield. Yeah, the 70 to 90 cases that I entered are for students only and staff. Family members, we don't have that information. I'm sure it's higher than that. So yeah, great question. It's the 70 to 90 cases are staff and students.
咁有個家長澄清咧，究竟我70至90嗰個個案係包括乜嘢？咁其實校長話咧係淨係包括呢個學生同埋呢個教職人員，即係我70至90個個案。咁啊當然啦，如果家庭成員嘅話，咁可能嗰個數字就會更加高添。
Yeah, we're just praying this is the brunt of it, and hopefully there's not another variant. Oh my goodness, that most of the students and staff who have gotten it, it's been like a cold. I mean, but some it has hit them harder. But some the vaccine, the booster shot has hit them harder than the actual virus itself. So hopefully these numbers will continue to go down. I'm hoping by Chinese Lunar New Year, by February 1st, that we'll be way down, and by March, hopefully, it'll be almost gone. So we're just keep hoping for better and better news.
咁咧校長話咧就希望真係好希望咧呢個咁嘅情況咧，其實咧我哋已經到高峰啦，希望咧係可以咧開始咧，其實咧個疫情可以回落。咁因為咧其實校長想知道咧係受到感染嘅學生或者家長好多時佢哋咧其實有啲可能係有啲好似類似感冒嗰個症狀，但有啲咧個症狀咧都比較嚴重。有啲打booster shot 嗰啲教職人員佢哋嗰個表示個反應又比較強啲啊咁樣。咁校長其實好希望咧，真係話個疫情可以咧係快啲回落，到農曆新年嗰時候啊，或者3月嗰時候咧個情況，希望咧可以咧能夠大改善。
Yeah, one of our biggest joys again is seeing your children at school every day. Continuing the learning and the arts programs, and thanking our Parents Association for all their support. But thank you for trusting us and sending your children in when they're healthy, and every day that's been keeping us going. So really appreciate all of our parents' trust.
Okay. 咁校長話咧，其實其中一個喜樂啦，我哋嘅喜樂咧就係見到我哋嘅學生咧，每一日咧翻嚟學校啦，係學習啊，同埋係參與各種譬如藝術嘅活動啊咁樣。咁我哋都好多謝我哋嘅PTA 咧嘅家長會咧，其實嘅參與咁樣。咁有時我哋校長好感謝咧各個家庭咧，其實信任我哋咧，其實咧係俾你個細路仔嚟翻學啦學習。
Okay, and I'll share the screen because thanks, Anna-Maria, for putting the link back up. So I'll just show what the DOE, the vaccination portal looks like. So let me just share that. Okay, so everyone can see that right now? Let me just, okay. Is that being shared right now?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you can you sign in, and it says sign in with your DOE school student account, and from there you can upload your students your child's vaccination status.
OK， 校長而家俾大家睇到咧，就係你如何上傳你嘅細路仔打疫苗嗰個記錄嚇。咁如果你去到呢個網站咧，譬如 DOE student account 嘅話咧，如果你 sign in 嘅話咧，即係入到去嘅話咧，你就可以咧係實將你個細路仔有打疫苗嗰個記錄咧係登記咗。
Thank you. And Ms. Levanoni, just a plug for her next week, the fifth grade families who are here. Next Wednesday at 6:30, we'll have a middle school admissions or information session. So thank you to Ms. Levanoni for doing that.
OK， 咁咧校長話提醒大家，如果大家係5年班嘅學生嘅家長話啦，下個禮拜3啦 ，Miss Lonnie 咧，其實我哋嘅輔導員咧係會同大家做一個咧係特別初中申請初中嗰個一個其中一個講座咁樣，咁係下個禮拜3 6點半開始。
Okay, thank you. And Jenny, thank you so much. She says parents can also access the portal via the health screen page, and she put a screen grab of that. So thanks, Jenny.
Okay, 其中一個家長 Jenny 話咧，大家亦都可以入到網站喺嗰個嘅 health screen 嗰個網站嗰度。
Oh, and I see Elaine is here. She's been great on social media, sharing so many resources with families. So thank you, Elaine, for, again, bringing things to my attention, and also, helping the community out with lots of good information in our community.
其中一個家長Elaine 咧，其實都好幫忙咧，係傳播咗好多啲有關於呢方面嘅資料啊，俾我哋嘅社區啊，俾我哋嘅家長知道。
All right, so thank you again, everyone. Again, I'm here 24/7, you know, as much as we can. Sometimes we can't get back to you if you're emailing us at 1 or 2 in the morning, but we're doing our very best to, you know, answer any question or concern, because we want, you know, you to be at ease. Thank you so much, because, you know, the fact that our students are doing well, it means, you know, you're providing a great home environment for them. You know, otherwise all those symptoms will be exhibiting. So thanking our families during this really, really hard time for all you're doing to support your children and the school.
OK，咁校長話咧，基本上學校咧都係全天候咧，就24小時或7日咧，其實咧係盡量其實係服務家長嘅。咁所以如果大家有任何問題可以聯絡即係學校啦。咁當然有時未必即係如果你1點鐘早凌晨1點鐘 send 個 email 嘅話，未必可以即時回應啦。咁但係校長咧其實好感激好多謝咧，其實係各個家庭，因為咧其實我哋嘅學生咧其實係個表現好好，其實咧係相信咧，因為咧每個家庭咧係喺咁困難嘅時候咧提供咗咧好多嘅支持俾個學生，俾你嘅細路仔，所以佢哋先至嘅學生先可以能夠做得咁好。
And again, our parents are so good. One big reminder is take care of yourself so you can take care of your children. Ms. Epper and I were reminded, you know, in the new year, and Ms. Levanoni, we're starting to run again, exercise, because we want to stay healthy so that we can take care of your kids. So yeah, you got to take care of yourself. Tag team with your significant others, however, and let us know. I wish I could babysit for you, but yeah, whatever we can do to help out, you know, take good care of yourselves.
OK， 咁校長咧，另外你都要重新好提醒各個家長咧，都要咧自己好好地照顧自己，因為當你好好照顧到自己，當你哋健康嘅話啦，先至可以咧係照顧你嘅細路仔。咁所以校長話咧，其實你新年嚟咧，佢都計劃咧，Miss Saffron 啦，副校長啊，或者係 Miss Leonor 咧，都希望咧，其實可能咧，其實從即係開始跑步啊，大家可以健康啊咁樣。咁咧，其實如果有任何問題咧，校長話佢都會盡量係幫忙各個家庭。
Oh, and I see the Nakamura family here. Magico, she's one of our parents who does video editing. And so she did a lot of editing over the break, and she has the holiday show, and it's beautiful. She did some beautiful video work. So yeah, just wanted to give a shout out to her and the family for helping us put together an even more professional looking production.
校長話咧，見到其中一個家庭咧，叫 Roman 咧個家庭咧，其實有喺度參與今次嘅town hall meeting。咁其實好多謝呢個家庭，因為佢哋咧其實咧專責咧係幫我哋嘅網絡一啲嘅表演嘅一啲嘅 show 啊，其實做咗好多啲嘅剪輯嘅工作，令到我啲 video 係就咁好睇。
Okay, so if some of you are wishing everyone a happy Lunar New Year, I cannot believe that's coming up February 1st, no school Lunar New Year. So looking forward to that. And yeah, we'll talk to everyone again soon. Some of the 5th grade will see you next week. So just take good care, everyone.
OK， 好啦，咁校長話咧就農曆新年快好快就到啦，咁2月1號咁當日係唔使返學㗎，咁咧其實歡迎大家參加今次嘅 town hall meeting。咁如果係5年班嘅家長啦，咁下個禮拜3見啦。
Oh, Ms. Riley's asking, Ms. Levanoni, if 4th grade can attend. Yeah, we can offer it up because it's a Zoom. So we can send a link to you. Just email Ms. Levanoni, and you're definitely invited if you want to get a head start with the middle school. But it might be totally different next year. So we don't want to confuse you because every year it changes. So, but you're welcome to come and hear it out.
OK， 有個家長問到4年班嘅，如果係4年個細路仔4年班嘅家長可唔可以參與？咁校長話可以嘅，其實你可以聯絡我哋 Miss Leonor 咧，其實咧佢會俾嗰個 link 俾你。咁但係校長提到咧就係每一年都唔一樣，咁可能你今年聽完之後咁，但係出年嗰個入學嘅申請又唔一樣啊，咁唔想搞到大家咁混亂。
Oh, and Magical saying the flash drive is full HD quality. I know I'm going to buy one. So thank you, Magical, for the holiday show to bring joy. Thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, everyone.
OK， 好，大家晚安。
Okay. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Wendy. Thanks, Ms. Sampron. Thanks, Ms. Levanoni. Thanks, Mr. Ewan, Lindy, everyone. Have a good night.
Good night. Bye-bye.